What's up, guys? Welcome back. Next match, Cross-Banlist. A couple of matches left. That's what I wanted to say. So, if I, counted correctly, we should have like about 7-ish matches left. So the first one here, left side, upper part, we have. I think this is a rematch from a couple of years ago. I can't remember which Cross-Banlist competition. I'm not sure if these were the exact same lists, but if I remember correctly, I think Ravine rulers got, or Dragon rulers got this one over Chaos. For the most obvious reasons, as we are seeing here, from the votes from the community tab, people see that Ravine Dragon rulers, in theory, should indeed have the advantage over Chaos. I mean, Dragon rulers, their graveyard is basically their second hand, so we know how powerful the rulers are. And, stuff like Stardust, the Synchros themselves, well, mainly Stardust, and Dracossack as well as an Exceed. They kind of power creep older formats, but definitely don't count out Chaos just yet, because of, all the banned cards, right? And, I feel this is one of the best matches ever. From all the series, I feel this is one of the best ever. You'll see why. It's going back and forth. So again, the power cards come into play. I can immediately blow my opponent away with Heavy Storm. I guess you could respect Duster or Storm in this matchup, but I think one of the sets was a Trap Stun, and that's the thing, right? I mean, you could keep it in your hands, but or maybe keep the Wing Blast and, kind of set the Sixth Sense and maybe the Trap Stun, if it indeed was a Trap Stun, I think so. So, to potentially force out a much weaker Heavy Storm / Duster, but it is what it is. So Dracossack hits the field, and again, Dracossack is superb against a lot of the old school decks, less chainable cards as, we now have, like Hand Crabs and so on. Speaking of chainable cards, the Ring of Destruction is definitely, a powerful threat that could potentially interrupt another Dracossack play here from Dragon Ruler. So, I should have the advantage here, but it's not really the case. I'm not sure. I don't think Emperor is live, because I probably would have dropped it. Yeah, obviously, right? Because I should have been able to go for a game. Well, depends on Redux. Those Maxies definitely hurt. Here, I guess you should probably take or try to attack with one of your Dragon Rulers. Then again, I do have Mirror Force set, so I don't think it would have mattered, but that painful choice is just a cherry on top, right? It lets me eventually get Demok on field, set up a couple of big bosses or, powerful spells and or traps, spells probably, to, reveal 5 superb cards to your opponent and then say to your opponent, here, pick your poison. Take, a broken card and see how you're going to lose the game in every situation. Okay, so game number 2. A longish duel already, but again, those board wipes, those power spells definitely come into play. Like, look at this. Storm, Bot, Graceful. The thing is that here I feel again I'm behind. I think I'm forced to use DD Warrior Lady on Trooper, not giving rulers the potential draw or an extra draw. Again, you have to get rid of Trooper as soon as possible. You don't want to let them, fill their graveyard. So that's something against rulers, right? That's a problem. So Typhoon the back row, and I think I hit return. That's superb. Was return at 1? I think so. I think, yeah, post their ban list with, Dimension Fusion. It was banned before that as well. I mean, it was banned like long time ago, right? Wasn't that Teledat or, an emergency list? I think so. So use the Ring of Destruction to prevent the Stardust from hitting the field, I guess? Or maybe Scrap Dragon. Then again, I mean, okay, maybe I could have risked the potential Stardust, seeing that I do have Snatch Deal. And Graceful? Did I already have Graceful, or did I probably drew Graceful Charity? And here I was like, okay, let's push for YATA as well, but yes, I overlooked the Star Eater's effect. When it declares an attack, it becomes unaffected by card effects. I think it's something like that. So it switches position. For a second I thought this would be like an invisible, at least how do you say it, like a loop. Switch back and forth, but that wasn't the case. So, because of this, I lose momentum. I think I was able to get YATA, deal damage and prevent my opponent from at least getting a draw. But that's, I mean, okay, I don't think it would have mattered in the long run. Maybe more damage, but Eventually, you know, destroying the Snatch Steel. Can't remember which card destroyed the Snatch Steel. Was it a Typhoon or was it a Wing Blast? Oh, Scrap Dragon maybe that. Yeah, Scrap Dragon, I think. So, yeah, no chance here in this situation. So, okay, number 3. Opening Painful Choice is just ridiculous. You know, most of the time your opponent will give you the Demok, right? The Dark Magician of Chaos. Because of this, they don't want to risk the Call or the Monster Reborn. Then again, I do think Demok would miss timing when your opponent like Typhoons the Call of the Hand that you chain call. I think so. Anyway, so a Pot of Greed as well. So fantastic. A lot of advantage, but I need to, you know, I want to capitalize on the advantage. And, you know, with stuff like Spirit Reaper or YATA, I can do that, right? Run into Solemn Warning, it's fine though. The thing is that my hand isn't the best with all of those normal summons. Tribe Infecting Virus could potentially clean some big bosses, so that's fine though. But again, the thing is that this hand becomes much stronger, like especially those DD Warrior ladies, if Dragon Rulers can't push, right? They're super low on resources and missing with that 6th sense was big. What was it, a 1? That's super different compared to one of the last games, right? What was it, one of the previous videos when they hit like 4 or 6 or something? But again, I have the advantage, draw a Mirage, so that's cool. Again, I can push with those DD Warrior ladies. I mean, that's the thing, right? Your opponent can commit a ruler by banishing 2 dragons from like the graveyard, but you know, those are precious resources, and especially if I have that DD Warrior lady to potentially banish another ruler, maybe they can get a search, but I mean, those resources, they all tank quite easily. So I need to get damage in as soon as possible. Draw Duster, and that could potentially be a turning point, especially because I have, you know, those like stuff like Change of Heart set. Potentially get a big push going through, but I still need to discard 2 cards at random, and luckily the Duster is missed this time as it wasn't last time, like a couple of videos ago, but flip over Change of Heart, and yeah, that's the thing, right? With Change of Heart, very similar to old school Brain Control, is to steal those duels, right? Okay, so 2-1 Chaos, that's cool. Game number 4, and this opening hand I could probably scoop already, unless I'm like Graceful Charity into more power spells. That's not the case. And Dragon Rulers kind of opened really well, like the 7-star sword, getting more pluses, more draws, more resources. Here the game is pretty much lost already. That Mirror Force, well, I guess you could go for Stardust, you know, an early Stardust or Draco Sect probably, and start grinding, you know, your resources with multiple Ravine and Ancient Fairy Dragon. So here, I'm probably just going to scoop. Yep, the normal summon for the Greed Dragon, and we know what's coming, right? Ancient Fairy Dragon, yada yada yada. Okay, so game number 5, and this, whew, the cherry on top. So again, I don't have to fear the heavy storm or whatever, and rulers open really well. But the problem here is that you kind of need to, you know, because of those discard cards, it's kind of sacrificing your tuners as well. And Tempest hits the field, Redux is Search, so again that advantage is still there. Sengen gets to Search, probably a Cine, yeah, because of the Metamorphosis, and setting 3. Okay, so you're... I was about to say, you're kind of safe for Heavy Storm, but not for Duster. So immediately blow him away with Duster, and that's kind of huge. But now the game is going to turn into like a grindy-ish duel, because again, 1000 Ice Restrict. When it's face up, you know, it's the only monster that can declare an attack, and also the... well, no, I think so. Isn't the only monster that can switch its battle position. So like set monsters cannot be flipped face up, at least manually, right? So again, maybe I could like push with Tempest, destroy and then, you know, reuse 1000 Ice Restrict to equip Blaster, but I don't see a point. Again, YATA is useless here because it cannot attack. Again, 1000 Ice Restrict is the only one, but the problem here is that I'm giving rulers more resources again, and that's something that, again, you don't want to give rulers more resources. So Delinquent Duo, I decided to keep it. Because of this, you know, discarding those cards, don't give the Dragon deck more discard cards for Ravine or Wing Blast. Problem, again, Redux 3k defense, so the deck is kind of stalling it out, waiting for, I don't know, more power spells or maybe something to potentially get rid of the 1000 Ice Restrict. Wing Blast is one of at least one of those answers, and again, I can't do anything. A couple of normal summons, just summons slash sets, and that Envoy is not live. So again, play it passively, but I do feel I have the advantage. But that Cards of Consonance, that could be a turning point, since Tempest is going to search for Seska. Yep, the Dragon Tuner needed, and this gets the ball rolling. So Dragon Ruler is fully back in the duel, you know, drawing Return and Torrential, the cards needed to, you know, keep themselves back in the game, or get themselves back in the game, and that traps them, that hurts. And here I was like, okay, it's fine though, maybe Dracossack hits one of the back rows, but yeah, that's the thing, you don't want to let that Magician of Fate or any other flip effects, you know, go through, or maybe hit a Spirit Reaper or something like that. But here I was like, I can push for game, so no priority because of BLS, or, you know, due to BLS. And again, I can still push for game, depends on... Like with everything, Wing Blast is not live, but Return is one of those few cards that keeps the Dragon Ruler deck in, you know, in the game. Because again, BLS can't, or this cannot push for a second attack with 3k plus YATA for potential YATA lock if there is enough life points, but that wasn't the case. So the Dragon deck is still in this, and it's not looking too good for me. Again, the potential big guy could hit the board. I think I said this Mirror Force, right. So it's either here in this case, because again the resources for dragons are really low. I guess Dracossack is definitely an okay play. You could go for big guy in defense and try to attack with Envoy. But I guess Dracossack hits those back rows as well, so it is one of this. Plus Dracossack, you know, with those tokens, might give you more protection against Geki and Hole. But I think Hole is already gone, not sure. So Dracossack again, more tokens, and I'm super far behind. But those goat tokens again keep me in the duel. But again, I don't know, I didn't cite a creature swap to, you know, potentially steal a game, but that wasn't the case. But again, those goat tokens could give me more stall, right? Because I think one of my only options here is Emperor or something like that, right? To steal it with burn damage. What is it, that ferret one? When it's like destroyed, it can pop a monster from your opponent, and that counts by battle or card effects. The Witch is actually fantastic, so normal summon Witch to attack into the tokens, because again, that Witch can search, a super crucial card here in this potential, at least here in this game state, and that's Tribe Infecting Virus. So 2 dragons on board, and Ferret, is it a beast type? And yep, the ruler is attacked, so search Tribe, and this could potentially be the turning point, but not yet. I need something that could give me the extra edge, and Painful Choice is that. So look at this. Use Painful Choice and reveal 5 cards to my opponent and say, again, pick your poison. Geki, Dark Hole, Emperor, Monster Reborn, and Change of Heart. All of them would have been game in any situation. Because again, because of this, using Tribe discard to, like, again, Ferret triggers, right, you know how it goes, and that Monster Reborn deals the last damage, so... Oh, this one was crazy. Like, from all the duels this year, and maybe like before the previous editions, this was definitely one of the craziest matches, from at least from what I can remember. So Chaos moves on and will take on lineups in the near future. So next up we have a goodie, Emancipator versus True King Dinosaur Yangtze. So again, feel free to leave your predictions. Okay guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. We can sign out. Peace.